Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Camy Kennedy and I am a meditation teacher and a life coach who typically teaches a manifestation meditation at noon on Tuesdays. So I've continued to show up and want to provide these for you live. Recently, I've had quite a few people. I just got off of another call, people who are struggling with focus, especially with a lot of people working from home right now. So I decided what better way than to do a meditation based on focus today. And right now, as I speak, I have locked my dogs outside of the room. So they are out there kind of crying a little bit. They might bark a little bit. But I think this is really an important representation of when we set aside time and space to work, whether that's working from home, whether that's our own quiet time, whether that's getting a project done. It is important for the others in our household to be blocked out of our space, or just knowing that this space is going to be for us right now in this moment. So I have done that. But also, what's interesting about meditation is whenever you're attempting to focus and quiet your mind, those distractions will come up. So the kids might be knocking on the door. You might be able to hear them loud, or the dogs might be bark, or your spouse might walk into the room while you're doing your meditation. Whatever that is an opportunity. The doorbell might ring. That's an opportunity for you to refocus your thoughts. So if you've never done meditation before, here's how this session is going to go. Typically, I spend about the first 5 to 10 minutes or so kind of talking, warming us up for the meditation. The meditation can last anywhere from 20, 30 to 40 minutes, just depending on the vibe and flow. And then at the end of it, I'll kind of bring you out of the meditation, ask you to journal, ask you to maybe write down any thoughts or intentions that you have, and then go about your day. So you can use this as a lunchtime break. You can just tune in for the meditation. You can watch the replay and use the meditation for your replay, or use the replay for your meditation. But the whole purpose behind meditation, there's a lot of purposes, but there are, let's say, benefits, is that it actually changes your body's physiology. So we're able to drop down in, start to relax our body, start to connect with something our body might need, maybe some nourishment, sleep, water. I've really been drinking a lot of water today because I've had so many calls that my voice, I just want to make sure that I keep my voice and my throat hydrated. So I'm going to have some water. You can have some water as well. If you're watching this live, go ahead and say hi. During this introduction part, we can chat and we can say hi and talk to one another. Once I get into the meditation piece, though, eyes will be closed. There won't be too much time for engagement or interaction. As you're getting set up for this meditation, couple things that you can do is grab a cushion. I'm sitting on a cushion. You can sit on a pillow, you can sit on a chair, you can even lay down if you'd like to lay down. Sometimes people will fall asleep when they lay down, so some meditation teachers will say not to lay down. I don't mind if that's more comfortable for you. So you can kind of settle in, get comfortable, grab whatever you need now. If you need a water, you need a bathroom break, you could grab that now at this time. But the purpose behind meditation, the physiological benefits, a lot of changes will happen in the body in terms of you're slowing your heart rate, you're being more aware of your breathing, or reducing the stress hormones, which right now in this time, clearly there could be many things to be stressed about, even more than other times. So when we lower our stress hormones, it also helps to keep us healthy, because stress, cortisol, a lot of those innate chronic stress things cause disease in our body. So by having a normal meditation practice, it's really going to help to start to even out those levels of hormones in our bodies and have us go through our day more focused, more calm, having more ability to focus on what is working for our good, having more ability to look at what is going on well for us in this time. So this specific meditation today is going to be around focus and clarity around maybe what needs to get done today, around maybe what needs to change within our schedule. Been chatting with a lot of people working from home on needing to get up earlier, how to structure that in, setting goals for the next 90 days. What does that look like? So we're going to use this session to really focus and train our brains to focus in, because what that does, especially if we are working from home, the ability to focus in and be productive throughout our day is going to allow us or give and provide us, it's going to seem like we have more time, because when we set our intention and our focus during a certain time block, we get that thing done. And then we move on to the next thing and we're present in the moment, and then we get that thing done. And then when we're done with work, we're done, and then we can focus on family and be present within the family. So this ability to cultivate focus is really going to be valuable moving forward for anything, and especially with the distractions of the world, right? Like our phones. Our phones are always on us. We have a tendency to scroll on there. So how can we start to cultivate more focus for the things that are really important for us? So that's what we'll do during this meditation. So I'm about to get started here. I wanted to show you, there's an app, it's a free app called Insight Timer. And I'll typically use this for the music. So I have a nice little, which one we're going to use? Let's try this one out. Zen guitar. Gotta turn it on. Yeah, we're going to use Zen guitar today. I like it. So I'm going to use that one. As you start to get seated here, you can find a comfortable space and just start to lengthen up that spine. Just start to play the music. As you're in the comments there, I just want to make sure you can hear it. So if you're watching this, just let me know. Should have heard a bell just then. There's the music coming in. This is going to start to enable us to become more focused. Start to focus on what's important, things that may need to get done in this time. So you can get comfortable. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit so I've got room. All right, so you can gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Or you can also maybe choose something to look at if you want to stare at the floor or candle, or take your gaze just downward and just focus on something. From here, we just start to lengthen up that spine. Make any adjustments if you need to. Like I needed to adjust down here, so I'm going to make an adjustment. Now's the time to make those adjustments. Just kind of take a deep breath. Release, relax. Just connect with your breath. Start to notice the face, just how the face feels. If there's any tightness around the eyes. A lot of times we will have a furrowed brow if we're thinking. Our eyes will be squinting in. Just notice that and allow the space around the eyes to relax. Notice the cheeks, the bony structure of the cheeks. Structure is so important for the face, and it's also important for the body. It's important for our schedule. I'm just going to examine the structure of our face. Feeling into the cheeks. Maybe relaxing through the jaw. Around the mouth. Just notice there might be a frown. There might be a serious face. Just gently bring a gentle smile. Turning the corners of the mouth upward. What that does is it actually releases neurotransmitter that reminds us that we are happy. So sometimes you can trick yourself into feeling happy by just putting on that fake smile. And in this moment, I don't consider it a fake smile. I consider it an honor and a privilege to be here with the internet, able to connect with one another, able to be sitting comfortably within our homes, able to take this time to relax. And also, I always think about when I sit down for a meditation, even if there's resistance, I don't feel like doing it, it feels weird or awkward, or I just have things to do. That gentle smile just reminds me that I'm honoring myself in this moment as you're honoring yourself. When we spend time, in quiet time, in focus, it enables us to show up better, to be more aware, practice mindfulness, and maybe adjustments we can make in our life, in our schedule, in our sense of presence. So when I sit down to meditate, each time is different. Oftentimes there's resistance, but each time I recognize that I want to be better, do better, and also just sit with myself. It's important. Bring awareness down through the neck, the shoulders. You can relax the shoulders down and back. Just let them kind of melt down. Keeping the spine lengthened, again, keeping the structure to the body. Keeping awareness in the spine that supports us, keeps us upright, enables us to keep moving forward despite challenges. Taking awareness down through the arms, the upper arms, the elbows, down through the lower arm, the forearm, down to the wrists. I'd like to spend a moment focusing in on the wrists. An overlooked part of the body really allows that hand to move and create. Maybe you want to move the wrists around right now just to kind of feel into that flexibility. Maybe a reminder of our ability to be flexible. Also, maybe just a reminder of needing to move our bodies. You may notice a tightness in the wrist. That's okay. It could be just a reminder that our bodies are meant to be moved and fluid and flowing. Taking awareness down into the hands. You can have the hands gently resting on the thighs. You can have them facing palm up. The symbolism of resting on the thighs is groundedness. So this may be a good posture to use when you are looking to become more grounded and focused, and present. Instead of jumping into the future, instead of jumping into the day ahead. Connecting with this moment. Focusing in on the way the palms feel on the thighs. Gently feeling into the palms. You may feel some warmth, some may feel tingling. Just feel an energy. Noticing the fingertips. Each and every one of those fingertips has thousands of touch receptors. And just noticing. Sometimes we may take that touch for granted. Just connect with the thighs, feeling in through the fingertips. Just maybe becoming in awe a little bit of the human body, how it's intricately woven together, how each structure supports another structure. Maybe reminding ourselves that we are supported and we can support others in this time. Taking a deep breath in, focusing in on the chest, just noticing the area of the heart space, the area of the upper back and shoulders. Working our way down through the spine, taking awareness down through the sides, the edges of the spine, the muscles that support the back. Awareness down through the front of the torso, lengthening up the muscles that support us through our abdomen. Even thinking about our insides, our lungs breathing, the diaphragm, our digestive system, intricately working together to support us. Moving down through the belly, down through the low back. A lot of times this is where resistance comes up. This is where a lot of energy or stiffness may be held in the area of that low back. Just breathe into that space. Become aware of maybe a better posture if we're sitting all day. Become aware of the ability and need to have structured support around that spine. Maybe setting an intention to develop a strong core through exercise, through stability or mobility. Balance takes a lot of focus and attention. Building a strong core and spine takes a lot of focus. Maybe we're being called towards something like a movement routine. Maybe yoga, Pilates, something we can do safely at home. Just check in with anything that may be causing a little tightness. Maybe ask, what is it that you need? What does your body need in this time? Maybe more stretching, maybe walking outdoors. Connecting in through the hips. Making any adjustments if you need to now. Just feeling maybe the tightness or looseness. Working down through the thighs. Noticing the knees. Feeling down through the calves. Into the ankles. Spending some time in the ankles. Noticing that the ankle has so many parts and the foot has so many parts in it. It allows us to move, walk forward, move side to side, to pivot. In life, we may be pivoting right now. Just spending time on that ankle, feeling gratitude. It may feel silly to just spend so much time thinking about the ankle, but we're practicing our focus. By focusing on the ankle, focusing on its ability to help us pivot, to raise us up on our tippy toes, to stretch out, to move, to lunge, to maybe run or jog or walk. Just think about all the things that the ankle allows us to do, giving us that support, structure, but also that flexibility to move in different directions when need be. Finally, take your awareness into the feet, connecting to the tops of the feet, thinking again about all the intricate, tiny bones. There's actually doctors out there who specifically specialize in feet because they're so intricate. Taking awareness down through the bottoms of the feet. Feeling into the toes, to the ball of the foot, through the arch, into the heel. Just noticing. Our feet do so much work for us. Maybe we don't spend time thanking them for walking us through this life each and every day when we get out of bed. They're there for us, moving us forward, allowing us to ground into the earth. Imagine putting your feet on the grass, just feeling the earth, feeling grounded and supported. Taking a few breaths, breathing into the feet. Focusing in on an area of the body maybe we don't focus on. If you feel challenged or struggling with any pain in the feet, sending some healing, loving energy into the feet. Sending gratitude. Starting to just notice the presence that we feel now as we've done a complete body scan. Go ahead and connect with the breath. Just noticing. As you notice the breath, you may notice more deliberate breathing. A lot of times we spend a lot of time in the upper chest, breathing shallow, breathing quick breaths. This is a result of spending time in fear and anxiety or just not being connected to the body. So spending time here, deepening that breath. So you're breathing in through the belly. And even as you sit here, resistance might come up, a thought might enter your head. Just allow the thought to float on through. Continue to connect to the breath. Continue to connect to that subtle smile of even thinking, man, this is hard, or I keep having so many thoughts. That's okay. That's part of this process. It's part of focus. Imagine how easy it would be to focus if we had no distractions. If we just went through life and did one thing and then one thing and then one thing. My question is, would there be such a word as focus, right? The word focus, our ability to focus, innately means there's so many other things vying for our attention. Imagine looking through a microscope, focusing in on and getting so clear on what's really important, what we really want to investigate today. If you imagine yourself looking through that microscope, it's focusing in on all of the other distractions or the outside world, and we're using this lens, this magnifying lens, to really hone in on what is important for us now, today, in this moment, in this season, very specifically. What is it that you're focusing on now in this moment? What is it that you want to cultivate? Maybe it's focused in on being productive at work. Imagine a clear focus on what needs to be done today. Not everything needs to be done today in this one day. You can imagine one thing, focusing in on that microscope, the one thing that's going to move you forward. What is that one thing today? In work or productivity mode. Set that intention now that that's the one thing that will be completed today. And then imagine clearing that microscope, clearing it out, changing the lens, putting on a new slide. And let's think about another area of life. What do we want to focus on in this season? Maybe it's family, relationships, connections. As we look through the lens of the microscope, we're magnifying, we're really honing our focus in. What relationships are important to me now? And as we see this relationship, we might be prompted to do something, maybe reach out, send a gift, connect, say some kind words. Focusing in on this specific relationship. What is it that needs to be said or done? Maybe we need to say thank you, or I'm sorry, or just I'm thinking about you. Setting your intention on completing this today by end of day. And go ahead and wipe that image free. Replacing the slide, changing out the lens on that microscope. Think of another area, maybe a project. Could be a work project, could be a personal project. Cleaning up the home, reorganizing something, starting something that maybe you said you were going to start. Now is the perfect time. Focusing in on what that thing is. It's the one thing I can do to get started on that today. Maybe not complete it, but focusing in on a structure to complete it. What project is that? What commitment is that you've been saying you were going to do? Now is the perfect time to move forward or to begin or to complete. You might be able to finalize something in this season that you've been putting off. Focus in on what is that and what am I going to do today to take an action towards starting, moving forward, or completing this project. Setting that intention. Go ahead and wipe that microscope clean. Go ahead and reconnect with your breath. You could set aside the microscope. And you could thank yourself in this moment for doing a little fun exercise and fun practice in visualization. Anytime we practice visualization, it focuses our mind and brain on something specific. It also really shows us that whatever we imagine in our minds feels real, feels like reality. So if there's something that you're struggling with in this season, you could spend each day imagining that outcome, imagining the feelings that you would like to feel about the situation. You can start to create a new reality, a new future, and ultimately a new way that we will show up in life. Practicing visualization may feel silly at times, but it's a beautiful way for us to go within and to really focus on what's important instead of being distracted by all of the inputs, all of the things that are vying for our attention, all of the headlines, all of the status updates. It's nice just to close our eyes, go within, and have our own visualization of how we see our next 60 to 90 days progressing, what we're cultivating during this season, what relationships will strengthen, projects will be completed, and how we'll be proud of the focus that we've had during this time. So within the next 30, 60, 90 days, we can say I made use of that time. I focused my energy on productivity, on structuring out my schedule, on making connections with people, deeper connections that I maybe didn't have time to before. Start to visualize yourself in the best case outcome within the next month, 2 months, 3 months. What does that look like? Cultivating hope for a time that may feel hopeless to some, but we have the ability to create from within. We have the ability to connect. We have the privilege of peace, spending time, cultivating peace in our hearts, cultivating gratitude, envisioning when we take the steps that we've committed to, where we could be in 90 days, how we could be feeling, maybe in our bodies, feeling stronger, more fit, healthier in a fitness routine, maybe committing to some relationships that we haven't committed to in some time, or recommitting more focus. In the next 90 days, completing that project, feeling so proud that what we said we were going to do, we did. Revisit this visualization every single day or practice a new one, because it's very powerful when we visualize. As we finish out this meditation, I'll leave you with a reading from the book Meditations to Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. The freedom to choose. I make new and different, more supportive and nourishing choices. I always have the freedom to choose my thoughts. No person, place, or thing has any power over me unless I give it. For I am the only thinker in my mind. I have immense freedom in that I can choose what to think. I can choose to see life in positive ways instead of complaining or being mad at myself or other people. Complaining about what I don't have is one way to handle a situation, but it doesn't change anything. When I love myself and I find myself in the midst of a negative situation, I can say something like, I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that contributed to this condition. We have all made negative choices in the past. Yet, this does not mean we are bad people, nor are we stuck with these negative choices. We can always choose to let go of the old judgments. I am willing to release the pattern in my consciousness that contributed to this condition. I make new and different, more supportive and nourishing choices. I always have the freedom to choose my thoughts. Today, I choose to focus on positive thoughts, Today, I choose to focus on productivity. Today, I choose to focus on the one thing that will move me forward. Today, I choose to focus on taking it one day at a time. As we start to reconnect with our bodies in this present time, start to bring yourself back into the room, back into the present. Start by moving your fingers, wiggling your fingers, maybe rotating the wrists, wiggling the toes, maybe activating those ankles. Starting to adjust at the hips, stretch, and open your eyes when you feel ready. So takeaways from this, as we did this focus, this visualization today, you may have come up with maybe possible things that you are going to be committing to in this season. So writing those down, committing to completing those. If you're taking a little lunch break with us, as you're coming out of your lunch break, stepping back into productivity mode from working from home, or maybe working on a project, or maybe just committing to connecting to someone today. I look forward to hearing from you in terms of what came up for you during this meditation. You can type it into the comments below, or you can feel free to connect with me. Again, you can go to Facebook and connect with me on CamyKennedy.com, and it's official Camy Kennedy on Facebook. You can shoot me over a message. Let me know how this went for you. I also have a private mindset group if you want to share any of your takeaways in there. But please do share this with your friends and family all over the states, all over the globe. Prima is such a beautiful healing space, and we now have the privilege and ability to bring this healing and this meditation to people all over the world right now. So please partake in this, comment, let us know how it went for you, and also share this. Share this with 1 to 3 people that came up for you when you were thinking of this meditation. Who could use some more focus right now? Who could use just some calming, quiet time with themselves? And I really think the answer is we can all use this. And sometimes we just need that reminder. And sometimes we just need that friend, that accountability that comes to us and says, hey friend, I think this could really help you and support you. And if it's your first time meditating, beautiful. I'm so glad you're here. It will get easier over time. There will always be resistance. So don't set yourself up for the expectation that your mind is just gonna be free and clear. The purpose of doing this is to start to just be mindful of our thoughts and our emotions and our intentions, and then be more intentional with the way we respond to life instead of just reacting all the time. Meditation has completely changed my life. Those who've known me from high school to now, approximately 10 to 15 years later, completely different person. I've been meditating for about 4 years now, and it really just creates more mindfulness. More mindfulness, which means we're now able to make decisions from a place of responding versus reacting. So if something upsets us, if something triggers us, we're starting to learn to be able to process it, to sit with it, to allow it, and then choose the way that we are going to respond, and choose to be intentional so that we're moving forward in a way that serves others, and that serves ourselves, and that serves a community as we all up level together. Because as we work on ourselves, we start to impact others, and as we all work on ourselves internally, the community as a whole is going to be lifted up and healed. So thank you so much, and thank you to Prima for allowing me to be on today. I look forward to connecting with you. Love you guys. Have a great one. Bye.